Okay, first of all, your reaction as BC leader.
I'm just so humbled to be given this opportunity. I'm speechless almost because it's just so exciting, and I'm just looking forward to working with my colleagues moving forward and making this province a great province and continue to be the great province that it is. So excited to be the first woman premier of the province of Manitoba. It's making history, and I'm just so humbled to be given that opportunity.
A very close vote. How do you reach out to the other camp, the people that voted for you?
I just did. I just went and gave Shelly Glover a big hug. You know, we're going to unite this party together, and we will do that.
Did you think it was going to be that close? And that was very close.
You know what? We did not let our guard down for 1 second during this campaign. I traveled all over this province. I talked to people from all areas of this province. You know, we signed up as many memberships as we could in the time frame that we had, and you know what? You know, we got it across the finish line. We never, ever for one day took this campaign for granted, and maybe that's why I'm here today, because we ran such a great campaign team. I want to thank my campaign team for the incredible work that they did on this. Yeah, we're going to focus on tackling those healthcare backlogs. We're going to focus on rebuilding our economy. You know, once we do that, I mean, we'll have more money to spend in healthcare, education, social services. That has to be our priority moving forward.
You're going to be facing a decision very soon on whether or not you need more restrictions on Southern Health. Right now, we had 83 cases there. The infection rate there is, and the test positivity rate is 5-6 times Winnipeg.
Yeah.
What's coming up for Southern Health?
So, you know what, I will obviously, as I always have, Bart, I will take the advice of the Chief Provincial Public Health Officer. I will talk to my cabinet colleagues and my caucus. You know, we will ensure that we get that information, and we'll make the best decision that we can based on the information that we have at the time.
The United Firefighters of Winnipeg sold 800 memberships on your behalf. What do you think of that?
You know what? I'm just humbled that to be given their support in this campaign, and I want to thank Alex Forrest and all the firefighters. I was up in Thompson, and I had an opportunity to go and visit all the firefighters there, and just so humbled to have their support.
Did you say anything to Shelly Glover when you guys embraced? Do you know if she's accepting or receiving?
I said, let's unite this party together.
What did she say?
And she gave me a hug back, so there we go. I don't know. What's that? You have the right to, I don't know.
Do you see a role for Shelly Glover in your cabinet?
So, you know, I mean, obviously you need to be elected to do that. And so, you know, there'll be a by-election coming up soon, and that'll be likely a race there too. So we'll see what happens.
How soon do you plan to call the by-election? And do you see a role for Shelly or somebody else in that?
Yeah, I think we'll be making those decisions over the course of the next little while. I mean, this is sort of the first day here, guys. I mean, stay tuned. We'll be able to have more details out to you in the coming, you know, days and weeks ahead about those things.
Do you see asking Shelly Glover to run there?
Well, people decide if they want to run or not, and if Shelly wants to run, there will be a nomination, and you know, I think others may come forward too, and I'm not sure. So that's a democratic process, and we'll follow that within the party.
Mr. Khan told some people that he would be running there if he would. Is Mr. Khan going to have your support in that run?
You know what? He's been a great supporter through this campaign. I'm humbled to have Abhi's support as well. He's a great Manitoban, and I wish him well if he decides to seek the nomination there.
When are you going to ask him when do you plan to swear in?
Yeah, we'll get those details out to you in the next short while. I don't have all those answers tonight.
How about the sitting? Any idea when you want him back?
Well, it's scheduled to come back November 16th, and certainly we'll have those discussions with our transition team over the course of the next few days, and we'll be letting all of you know when we'll be going back to the session.
It's a pretty short time frame to write a phone speech and lay out an agenda, though, is it not?
Well, it's you know, I don't know that it is necessarily, because you can look, throne speeches traditionally are very high level and are setting, you know, the course and the tone for moving forward. And so, you know, I certainly want to, I'll talk to our transition team about that. But yeah, it's not easy to turn these things around quickly, but I think I'm awarded the opportunity, having been in the Manitoba legislature, to do that already. And so we can really get on the ground running.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
A lot of people are making a big deal out of the fact that this is an election between two women. Going forward, of course, you're the first woman to be elected to this position in the province. What challenges do you think are going to come up because of this?
Well, there are challenges that I think we've faced, and I have for 21 years being elected, and I think that we've come a long way as a province, but there's still more work to be done. Obviously, this is our first woman premier, and we've had premiers from other provinces. But you look at across the country right now, I'll be the only woman premier once I'm sworn in, and obviously that's we're going to see what that looks like. But I look at that challenge, I embrace it, and I look forward to working with counterparts across the country as well.
Kelvin Gerson received some fairly good reviews for the tone that he exhibited during his time as premier. What specifically will you emulate from Mr. Gerson?
I think I've been doing a lot of the same things on my own campaign during the last few months, listening to Manitobans, taking a collaborative approach, reaching out to Manitobans, meeting with Manitobans, and so I think we'll continue on in that tone. Certainly, I've been doing it in my campaign already, and we'll continue in that fashion.
Your party has earned have been people who are critics of the pandemic restrictions. What do you do as leader to get them on side?
Well, I know during the campaign we certainly I heard from a lot of those Manitobans. And obviously, they have their concerns about the public health orders and so on. I have been very clear from the beginning that I'm in favor of those orders, and I've always been obviously pro-vaccination, and I will continue to be, and I'll send that message out there. But I think there's also things that those individuals are concerned about as well, like the future of Manitoba and what it means for our economy and so on in Manitoba. We need to start rebuilding our economy, and I'm going to reach out to them and say, how are we going to do this together to make sure we can work together towards rebuilding our economy? So let's find the common ground. We may not always agree. We don't agree with absolutely everything on every issue, but let's try and find that common ground moving forward. So that's what we'll do.
How do you beat Bob Delaney in 2 years? Your party has suffered in the polls. You talked about it up on there, winning another majority. How do you beat Bob Delaney in 2 years?
Well, I think it's really about setting the tone, Jeff. And Kelvin has done a lot of that. I've done a lot of that as I've been going out on my campaign throughout Manitoba. And I certainly will continue to do that. And, we'll be listening to Manitobans, taking a collaborative approach on things. And, we'll work through this together. We'll do everything we can towards the next election to ensure that we're rebuilding our economy, that we're fixing our healthcare system, and really making sure that Manitobans are coming together towards that end goal. We need to get out of the pandemic and ensure that there's hope and opportunity for the future of Manitoba. And I know that there is that hope out there. I'm excited to embrace that. I've worked in other areas in my life where I've been the only woman around the table, so that's nothing new to me. And I'll embrace it, but what I also want to do out of all of this is to encourage more women not only to run but to get involved in politics, and we want to certainly do that moving forward, and I'll do that each and every day and work with those. We had a number of young women working on our campaign who are excited to be involved in this process, and I want to ensure that they continue to be excited and involved. So,
What is the gender equity in your cabinet? You have a lot of women who are.
We have a lot of great people in our cabinet, including women, and we'll see what that looks like moving forward. I want to ensure that people are in the best roles possible, and so we'll make those decisions as we move forward. So, thanks, guys. Appreciate it. I was just saying that we'll let you know in the next few days. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.